Hey guys, Break here, and today we're going to be going over some mailboxes on a few of my servers, opening them up, seeing what's sold, and talking a bit about gold making in general. And I thought the kind of theme for this video would be that gold making is not dead. Now, a lot of people say that gold making is dead at the end of expansions, and I mean it's true that gold making is a lot worse towards the end of the expansions. Way less things sell, they usually sell for a lot less profit, and it is harder to make gold. But it's certainly not dead, and I've actually been making arguably more profit than I have for quite some time in the expansion. So for me, it's been going quite well. A lot of you probably doing crafting, you're probably seeing less sales, and it's a bit annoying, but gold making certainly is not dead. And when it comes to gold making, at this point in the expansion, it's all about finding your niche, or finding a specific thing that you're quite good at that can make you a lot of gold, and just exploit that. So on this mailbox opening, you're probably going to notice a few trends, and we start here. And the trends is BOE gear. I know guys, I don't do loads of raiding on different servers on my level 1s. I just buy out raid gear that I see that's cheap and I sell it for more. That's what's been working for me on my servers. For example, this bad boy I bought for 105k like 10 days ago, and it sold a couple of days ago for 200k. But it really doesn't have to be raid gear that you're selling, it just has to be some sort of niche, some sort of market that you find that's quite profitable, and you've just got to keep on doing it and doing it. If you guys watched my recent gold cap challenge that I did, I think in that I proved that gold making isn't dead at this point in the expansion, and that was on a pretty high pop server. But how I made most of my gold in that is how most people make most of their gold, is I found a specific thing that worked for me. For example, I started selling a lot of the engineering items, particularly the failure detection pylons. That was one thing that worked out really well for me, and you guys just have to find something that's working out really well for you. Now on higher pop servers, this is more tricky because there are so much competition. It's less likely you're going to find a really profitable niche. However, you just got to do more than one thing on the higher pop servers. I didn't just sell failure detection pylons in my gold cap challenge. I was selling loads of different stuff. Alright, on this server we just got ourselves a Whiskers the Rat and nothing too exciting. But yeah, pets as well have been selling pretty good for me. Again, on this server, we made ourselves a 75k from the sea calf. I usually buy those for around 30k, so a bit of nice profit there as well. Now, another thing people were kind of discussing with me recently, and I've had a few comments on videos and a few private messages, is people were actually trying my tactics. So I know I've done a few videos on my multi-server tactics when I go and try and buy some pets and buy some gold. And it's basically been people who have been trying to copy my tactics, but they hardly have any gold. They've got like 100k gold or even less than that. And they start trying to do things like buying pets and then trying to sell them on multiple servers. Guys, that is not something you can do with 100k gold. That would be a disaster. You just lose all your gold. It'll be a disaster. You cannot do that. You need many millions before you can start doing that effectively. As I always say, you need to kind of master one server first before you can expand to other servers, before you've got the experience and the kind of knowledge to be able to go and make profit elsewhere. Otherwise, it's just going to be really problematic for you. I think there was someone who had spent like 50k, they had 100k and they spent 50k on pets, and they'd like bought a couple of pets and tried to sell it on a random server, and those pets are probably going to take months to sell, and now they've just literally lost half their gold, and now it's going to be way harder for them to make any gold, and it's just not good. So I really don't think you should be doing that, guys. Just think, how much gold do I have? How much gold am I willing to invest? It's just like if you see something that could be a good flip, you see a raid item that's a bit cheaper than usual and you think, hey, I can make some gold flipping this. But if you only have 70k gold and the item costs 60k, then I don't really suggest you go and buy it. Whilst of course gold making is tough this late in the expansion, there's still people making tons of gold in their specific niches. I follow lots of guys on Twitter. I do say, if you do have Twitter, guys, come follow me and come follow loads of other gold making people, because they post their mailboxes and it just gives you a really good idea of what's selling, what crazy sales people are getting, and how the richest players in the game are making their gold right about now. I know a lot of people have been controlling the market on the different relics, you know, the crafted relics like the Strazen mark, the Aqua mark, all of those different ones, the Felic, and they've been selling them for like 60k gold each, which is crazy. But they found a market on their servers where there's not many people making them because it's so late in the expansion, and they've been able to exploit that and making hundreds of thousands of gold just from selling these silly relics. I know other people have been making crazy gold selling different items that they just didn't have many of on the auction house. For example, Medallion the Legion. You guys know Hickons, he's got a YouTube channel. he recently sold Medallion of the Legion for like 50k each. 50k per medallion. He sold 2 of them, I think. That's kind of ridiculous. But right there, he's finding his niche on that particular server that can make him a load of profit, and he's been exploiting it, and that's what you guys need to do. Moving on to another server, and here we have 687,000 gold, which is pretty nice. Again, we've sold 2 BOEs, 2 of the BOE wrists. Again, they sell really good, and another battle pet, so that's pretty nice. They all sold a few days ago, I think. In fact, about 5 days ago, I bought these cuffs for 200k, and I bought the other cuffs for 100k, and then I resold them like 3 days ago, so just 48 hours, and I resold them both for over double. This for 460, this for 220. Made an absolute killing just from flipping those. So again, that's what I've been finding on some of my servers. What are you guys going to find? Here we go on my next server, guys, and look, you noticing a pattern here? Another wrist guards for 200k. You noticing another pattern? Bought them 5 days ago for 100k, resold them 3 days ago for 200k. Again, weirdly similar in fact to the other server, but whatever, there you go. Here's another server. We got ourselves 81k, sold some Fell Flame Inferno shoulders and another battle pet. Here we are on another bad boy server, and we got ourselves another 221k. Again, a few battle pets and another BOE. But another thing, guys, I don't think you should be looking for really quick ways to get gold. Sometimes there just isn't a quick way to get gold. Sometimes it does require a lot of patience. I know a lot of gold guides and gold videos don't really show you how much patience is involved in making gold, but really there is a lot of patience. It's one of the reasons I play on multiple servers, because I'm quite impatient, so I get more of a chance to make gold if I'm on multiple servers. Or if I'm on one server, it's why I insist in having loads of alts with all the different professions and covering all the bases, so I can get as many things down as possible, because gold making does take time, guys. Now let me give you an example. Those leg plates we just sold, I bought them 6 months ago. 6 months ago, only like a month or a few weeks after Antorus had released. These leg plates, someone sold them, I bought them at 45k. I thought I got myself a good deal then. It took me 6 months to sell them. That's a weirdly long time for a BOE piece. Usually they sell a bit quicker, but 6 months it took me. And I ended up getting over double my gold for it, so that was quite successful, but I mean 6 months. It does take a long time often to sell things, and if you guys are interested at all in battle pets or transmog, then that's going to take you even longer. Usually it's going to take you many months, if not years, to sell some items, and that's why you've got to be as expanded as possible, get as many different markets as going as possible, get as many different items on the auction house as possible. Don't just constrict yourself to one item, to one market, to one lot of things, because it's just going to be a bad time and you're going to have a long time to wait before you see any sales. But that's it for the mailbox openings, guys. I mean, I just wanted to show you how I found a niche recently, or a couple of niches that I've been using to make a lot of gold with, and hopefully you guys can do a similar thing and find your own thing that works on your server and really use that to exploit and to make the gold. I mean, that was like 1.5 mil or something that we opened up just in the past kind of 4 days of sales. And I've actually been opening up a few others as well. I just forget to. I always mean to do a big mailbox opening, but then I always just end up opening some by accident. So it never quite works out as well as it has been. Like my main server, I always open by accident, so we never get to do openings on my main server. But some of the stuff I have been selling on my main server. One such item was the Swift Lovebird, which I did a few videos about a few months ago, and I bought a load a few months ago for around 50k, and sold my first one now for about 100k. They're still going for around 100k. I could put more up and start selling them, but I think I'm actually just going to hold on to them because I only see the price of these going up even further, and these investments should come good, so I'm pretty pleased with that. But anyway, guys, like I say, just try and find what's working on your server. And if you do need some inspiration, go on Twitter, go on WoW Economy Discord, see what people have been selling, go on the success stories on the WoW Economy subreddit, see what people have been selling, and maybe use that as some inspiration for yourself. I know some people have been making millions just from Obliterum. You guys remember that, when that was a thing? Well, on some servers, just everyone's forgotten about Obliterum, and people have been buying out cheap stuff, obliterating it, selling it, and making tons and tons of gold. That might not work on your server, it might be completely rubbish, but they found it and it worked for them. So anyway guys, just a little philosophical, motivational, whatever you want to call it video. Go and find yourself your own market and try and find what works for your server. Don't just rely on other videos or other guides, because they often will find something that works for their server but not for you. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed. There will be some Battle for Azeroth beta videos coming out because I finally got access to that, which is very good. And yeah, get excited for that. But until next time guys, see ya.